Hope you're doing well. So, my question of the day is, what are your core values? What are your core beliefs that you stand by? What is it that you truly believe in? It's a question I was asked and I had to really think about it. It was an interesting exercise to have to take. I was basically given a pile of papers that had all these statements on there. And it was basically going to go into three piles. One was going to be very important to me, and not important to me at all. And it was really interesting to see where I was going to place these things. A lot of the things that weren't important to me, I wasn't too shocked where I put them. It was the typical things like wealth wasn't very important to me. Fame wasn't important to me. Some of those typical things, having people listen to my command, that wasn't important to me. Some of the things that were important to me, those weren't much of a surprise to me as well. But it was very interesting, a pile that I made of my own that I put over on the side. I made it entitled Unsure. And that was a really interesting pile to me. It had everything in there from caring for people to family to sexuality to religion. It was really interesting to see what was in that pile. And I even had to clarify with myself, was this exercise I was doing, was it going to be what's important to me right now or what's important to me as a whole? And it was really interesting to do. And I would suggest if you could Google it and do the exercise yourself. It was really interesting exercise to have. It'd be an interesting one to do with a loved one. It's very interesting because you think you know yourself, and we have this core of values that we have for ourselves. And sometimes you need to do like a refresher course, because things that you used to hold so much value in maybe when you were young aren't necessarily things that you have such high priorities of now. And things that weren't that big of a deal to you when you're young are a big deal to you now. And it was really eye-opening and interesting to me. I mean, my basic core values about caring for the environment, caring for my loved ones, caring about what people think about me was interesting, because when I was young, I would have placed that in the important pile. But now I'm at a state in my life where, of course, it's important to me what the people closest to me really think of me. But as people in general, I put it in the not important to me pile. Again, it's, of course, I want people to think good of me. But in the end of the day, does it really matter so much what other people think of you? Or does it matter mostly what you think and the people closest to you think? And why does it matter so much to you what other people think? It reminds me of that song from the 90s, that song that was things that make you go, I was having a lot of those things that make you go, moments when I was doing this exercise. I did it in therapy, so it was nice to do it when I was in a nice controlled environment where I was able to ask questions when I was getting stumped. It was a good exercise because not only was I able to share with my counselor things about me, I was able to learn things about myself. And it was really eye-opening. And it was such an interesting take on things. And I just felt so enlightened by it. I just couldn't wait to get on and make a video and talk to you guys about it. So my question to you is, What are some of your core values? To me, what's most important is to treat people with kindness and fairness, to be open minded and receptive to other people's lifestyles and their ways of life. I never want to be so black and white. I want to believe in the gray. I think so much in our lives, there is so much black and white, and we need to work more in the gray, where there's not such a right and a wrong, but there's an in between, a balance where we can meet each other. And even though we don't agree with someone's life, we can respect them. That's so important. That was something I really took away from that. It also was very important to me to have a belief in morals and how I held my own standards. How I treated the environment was very important to me. What I wanted to leave my mark on. What I'd want people to think of me when I'm gone. Not so much that a pat on the back to say, oh, Kelly was this or Kelly was that. But I just wanted, it's so important to me that when people meet me or stop by and watch a video, that I leave them thinking of something. Hopefully it's a good thing, but hopefully that one of my videos leave you questioning things, leave you with an idea. Hopefully they make you feel better when you're having a down day. Hopefully I'm a voice when you're feeling lonely. How I react with people, interact with people is very, very important to me. I always want to leave this place a better place than it was before I got here. And I really hope that's what I do when I reach out to all of you. So that's really what was on my mind today. I would love to hear in the comments below what your interests are. What's important to you? What are your goals? And what is your moral compass? What do you stand for? What do you not stand for? I myself, I do not stand for any sort of bigotry, whether it be based on race or creed or sexuality. There's no place in my world and in my life for hate of any kind. I don't have to agree with you, but I do have to respect you. And that's what I expect in return. And if you can't give me that, then we can't be friends. I know it sounds that black and white, but as time goes on and I get older and I realize how precious time is, it's so important to me to spend time with people who want to leave lasting impressions with people. People that want to lift each other up and not tear each other down. That is so important to me. It's one of the values I hold true. People who love animals and respect nature. Respect the fact that we share this world with other creatures and that there's room for all of us. I don't want to get too preachy, but I really do feel strongly about that. I also feel strongly about faith. Whether you believe in my God or another God or a higher being, everyone has a right to believe in what they want to believe in. And it should be respected. And it should be treated with respect. Again, we don't have to agree, but we should be able to respect. So that's what's on my mind today. So I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Again, it's always nice talking to you guys. I hope this video meets you well. I hope it came out the way I wanted it to. It was just a really interesting session. And I always find whenever I have a session that really touched me and like enlightened me in some way, I can't wait to share that information and pass it along. And that's what I expected to do with this video. So I hope it came across that way. And before I go, I wanted to give a special shout out to a friend that I've made here on YouTube. Her name is Shirley. She's going through a difficult time right now. And she has made a video She's going through a tough time. She's found a mass and she has no insurance right now. So she set up a GoFundMe page, and I'm going to try to link her GoFundMe page link in my description. I'm still getting used to putting links in my descriptions. There is no pressure. If you can give anything, if you can give $1, if you can give $5, whatever your heart calls you to give, even if you don't want to give a monetary amount, if you just want to give her a shout out and wish her well or include her in your prayers, that would be so nice. It's difficult to go through things in life, especially when you don't have insurance. And Shirley, if you're watching this, I'm praying for you. Stay strong. Keep positive. God will find a way for you. I'm sure of it. And until I talk to you all again, you take care. Bye.